Peace, what's good? This your boy Reg in the building, doing another CD recap. It's been a couple of months since I've done. Excuse me. It's been a couple of months since I've done one, and everything like that too. I'm about to drop this one I pre-recorded and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So sorry about that. Yeah, man. So I'm over here trying to catch up and stuff like that too. So usually I would have recorded this from my phone, but at the same time I have to get rid of a lot of space on my phone and everything like that too, you know what I'm saying? So I am just going to just record these episodes, well, this episode through my laptop and everything like that too. My goal is to do like 30 minutes of this and shit like that, because currently it's July 15, 2025 and stuff like that. I'll probably drop this maybe at this point, maybe the fall, I don't even fucking know, and shit like that. So hopefully I can get through this whole shelf and everything like that too. So without further ado, I'ma fucking start. First album I do want to show y'all is Lupe Fiasco with Food and Liquor 2. This album came out 2018, 29, one of them years and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You actually know who Lupe Fiasco is and shit like that. Dope MC from Chi-Town. Honestly, to keep it a buck with you, I'm more of a fan of his first two albums. This was a gift from one of my homeboys and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no, he just came out 2012. Damn, okay. So yeah, this came out like 3 years after Lasers, if I'm not mistaken, which I feel was a very disappointing album. He had a lot. I know Atlantic Records was fucking up with him and shit like that. This one was a step up from Lasers. Oh, Lasers came out 2011. Excuse me. This was a step up from Lasers, but some of the production was kind of weak. Bitch Bad, I never liked that song. That was one of the singles. Go to Sleep, Around My Way, and everything like that too. Yeah, when it comes to Lupe, he's a talented MC, but his first two albums, and I'll probably even give it to Test Doing Youth, those are probably his strongest. Those are probably like his strongest works and stuff like that, but I just feel like most of his discography is kind of disappointing. Then we have Lisa Fischer with So Intense. You know what I'm saying? This came out 1991 and everything like that too. If I'm not mistaken, I think this might be her only album that she came out with and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? She came out with that one joint, How Can I Ease the Pain? How Can I Ease the Pain? And stuff like that too, which I feel like is a very, very, very classic song from the 90s. Last Goodbye. I want to say she also did a cover of the song Wildflower and everything like that too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you got some dope production from Luther Vandross and shit like that. Luther Vandross, Narendra Michael Walden. All my Mariah Carey fans, y'all should know about him and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is actually her only album she ever came out with, because I think after she came out with this album, she mostly like done work like fucking in theater. Then she did some background singing, most notably for like Tina Turner, Rolling Stones, and things of that nature and whatnot too, you know what I'm saying? So excuse me, I got an eyelash stuck in my eye. I hate when that crap happens. But yeah, by the way, Food and Liquor 2, that's like a 3.5 out of 5. This one, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. This one's a very dope album. Then we got the Flatbush Zombies with their 3001 Lace Odyssey album. This came out in 2016. Probably one of my favorite Flatbush Zombie albums and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, when it comes to Flatbush Zombies, they definitely was part of the whole psychedelic kind of hip hop, like that shit, like Denzel Curry and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope group and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? They yeah, they were definitely feeling like the underachievers and shit. This is actually their first album they came out with and stuff like that too. This is known for songs like Bounce, This Is It. You know what I'm saying? Very, 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 very dope album. This is gonna be a 4.5 out of 5. Now we got the classic Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. This album came out in 1977. You know what I'm saying? This to me might be one of my favorite rock albums of all time. Probably the best rock album that came out in 77. Everyone knows this album. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. This is known for songs like The Chain, Dreams, Don't Stop, Go Your Own Way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, man. When it comes to this album, the legacy of this album kind of over exceeds the music. Cause you know everybody was fucking one another when it came to this album. Lindsay and Stevie were having relationship issues. Christine and John were having relationship issues. Mick Fleetwood was having issues with his wife. He was seeing Stevie Nicks on his side. This whole album was a fucking soap opera. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is definitely a 5 mic album. Then we got John Forte with his first album, Poli Sci. This album came out in 1997. John Forte, he's pretty much a excuse me, he's pretty much an affiliate of the Fugees and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Actually, this album came out in 1998 and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is known for songs such as like They Got Me, 1999, Flash the Message. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with you. Some of the production from Wyclef, like some of the production choice was kind of weak on this album. I mean, I said I was gonna do a review on this album one day and shit like that. I'm not really in a big rush, but yeah, this one is a 3 out of 5. Speaking of the Fugees, got their legendary album, The Score. This is the second in their final album that came out together. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows about this album. This is a fucking dope classic album and shit. You know what I'm saying? This was known for songs like Ready or Not, No Woman No Cry, that covered the Bob Marley song, Fuji La, Cowboys, Zealots, you know, throwing shots at Tupac and J. Widow Damager respectively. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the first album, Blown Out Reality, you're not missing much with that album. This album, they just, the whole 360 and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this album is definitely a classic album. I would definitely give this a 5 mic album. Fuck it. Then we got Childish Gambino with his album Awaken My Love. Must have in your collection. Very dope album. You know what I'm saying? This was definitely a game changer for Childish and shit. You know, songs like Me and Your Mama, Zombies, Riot, you know, Stand Tall. The only thing I don't like about this album was this shit right here. When they have the track listing and he just has his hand blocking half the track listing. I hate when artists do that stupid shit. Like, just do the fucking track listing, or even have a track list in the booklet and shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's just beyond the case. So this album is definitely another 5 mic masterpiece. Alright, now we're getting into the G's. Got Gangstar with Step in the Arena. This is the second album they came out with. You know what I'm saying? Came out in 1991, early 1991, and it does say, I think it was originally supposed to come out in 1990, but I guess they pushed it back because if you get the edition, they'll say always 1990. But yeah, Step in the Arena, classic album from Gangstar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, songs like Executioner for Chump, Who's Gonna Take the Weight, the title track. One of my favorite Gangstar songs, the title track. Street Ministry, Just to Get a Rep. Yeah. You can definitely tell Primo was finding his style with this one. I'm definitely giving this a 4.5 out of 5. Then 1 year later, they did the legendary Daily Operation album that came out in 1992. Classic album, in my opinion. Probably like their most political album. I always want to say this was like hip hop's first conspiracy album, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they definitely was trying to analyze a lot of conspiracies and shit. You got the whole Gangstar Foundation with this one, which you got the first appearances from Lil Dap, Jay with a Damage on the song "I'm the Man." Got songs like "X Girl to Next Girl," "The Place Where We Dwell." One of the most dopest odes to Brooklyn, in my opinion. Illest Brother, Conspiracy, Too Deep. I love those drums in Too Deep, like, and them horns, like dun dun dun. I love that shit. Take Two and Pass. And I know what people are thinking. Well, DeWitt, that was a B-side to I'm the Man. No, excuse me, B-side to I think it was either I'm the Man or Taking It Personal. Isn't that supposed to be an album? That's on Hard to Earn. I'm gonna be real with you. I've always felt like DeWitt fit more. I always feel like DeWitt fit more Hard to Earn than Daily Operation. That's just my personal opinion. I like this angle better on the camera. I had to fix it right quick. But yeah, Five Mike album. If you're a Gangstar fan and you don't have this album, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Then we got Hard to Earn, 1994. Fucking dope ass album and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is actually, you know what? This is actually my second favorite Gangstar album. I'm not gonna hold you. Daily Operation. I mean, it's depending on the day. I might say Daily, then I might say Hard to Earn. You know what I'm saying? But this album definitely was a game changer too. You know, about around this time, Guru did the whole Jazzmatazz series and everything like that too. And then Primo was pretty much being the producer in demand at that time. You know, producing with everybody from like Nas to, of course, J. Rue, of course, OC. Wait, what did he do with shit for OC in Word Life? Nah, he didn't do shit for OC in Word Life. Then he did shit for Biggie. You know, he was just doing shit for a lot of people, the youngsters, and everything like that too. So this album definitely had like a more harder street edge. I feel like with the first three albums were more melodic. This was like more stripped down. Songs like Speak Your Cloud, A Long Way to Go, which Guru actually recorded that shit drunk as fuck and everything like that too. Mostly the Voice, Now You're Mine, where he actually did that as a shot at Primo because they had an argument around this time. Suckers Means Bodyguards. I mean, this whole album is, I even love the cover of that. I think the cover of this album definitely fits the vibe of this album. Like, one of my favorite hip hop album covers ever. Then we got my favorite album, Moment of Truth. This album came out in 1998, 4 years after Hard to Earn. Actually, this is actually my favorite album from them, in my opinion. I think this is actually the first Gangstar, either this one or Hard to Earn. It was the first Gangstar album I owned in my collection. No, it was this one, then The Owners, then Hard to Earn, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Very dope album, man. This whole album had a lot of heat. Around this time, Guru almost got himself fucked up because, you know, he brought a gun to the airport. He almost got locked up and everything like that too, which pretty much was, the whole album was based on the trial that had happened and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? He had a song where he pretty much talks about that called JFK to Lax. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was a pretty dope album. I love songs like You Know My Steez, Above the Clouds, which that was still Inspector Deck going through a victory lap over all the dope verses that he has done and shit like that. Started with a Triumph song on Wu-Tang Forever, Make 'Em Pay, What I'm Here For, The Militia with Suge and Freddie Fox. One song that niggas fucking hate that I love, She Knows What She Wants. She knows what she wants. Like that. A lot of Gangstar heads do not like that song. And mind you, Google made that fucking beat too. Like Google, he's no primo, but he has some heat though when it comes to production. You know what I'm saying? Five Mike album, classic album. And this is actually the best selling album. I think this is actually the only album in the discography that actually went gold. That's crazy. And then finally we got The Owners that came out 5 years after Moment of Truth. Fucking dope album in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this album, every time I think of this album, it's like a fucking back to the basics kind of album. Breath of fresh air. Because '03, you know, that was the era when, like, you know, a lot of cats, like, you know, the South, the Crunk era, and then, of course, you know, the G-Unit era and stuff like that, too, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this whole fucking album was definitely a nice little coming of age for them. And unfortunately, this is the last album they came out with during Guru's lifetime. I need to still get the posthumous album that they came. I need to get that, and I need to get my hands on No More Mr. Nice Guy, too. I had an opportunity to get No More Mr. Nice Guy, but it was so fucking expensive on vinyl. I'm not trying to pay no $35 and shit like that, you know. But and I love Gang Starr though, but still, this is known for songs like Sabotage, Right Where You Stand, Who Got Guns, Nice Girl, Wrong Place, Deadly Habits. I love that. That's actually my favorite song on this album. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna get that. You know what? I'm gonna give this album 4.5 out of 5. You know what I'm saying? I still feel it's definitely a dope album. I feel like it's close. You know what? 4.5. Yeah, I might do a re-review on this one day. Then we got the legendary Marvin Gaye with What's Going On. This album came out in 1971. This was known for songs like sorry about that, my throat got dry. This was known for songs like What's Going On, Inner City Blues, Mercy Mercy Me, Save the Children. Yo, nobody mentioned Save the Children when it comes to Marvin's songs. That's like my favorite song on this album. Save the Children and what's that? Flying High? Oh my god, yo, like it's no secret this is actually my favorite soul album from '71. This is a 5 Mike classic in my opinion. Then we got Marvin Gaye again with I Want You. This album came out in 1976, produced by Leon Ware. A very controversial album, but very dope album. You know, he actually did this as a love letter to his future wife Janice and shit like that. This is known for songs like I Want You, All the Way Around, Since I Had You, and everything like that too, you know what I'm saying? My only gripe with this album, I do feel like he did have a few too many intro jams for I Want You. I kind of wish he would put some of the unreleased songs for I Want You and on this one, you know what I'm saying? But 5 Mike album, this album definitely had a more Quiet Storm kind of feel to it. And yes, if you guys recognize the album cover, that's a classic Ernie Barnes painting of the Sugar Shack that was famously used when it came to the latter seasons of Good Times and stuff like that too. Also, Camp Lo was so influenced by this album cover this painting, excuse me, that they redid it for the Uptown Saturday Night album that they came out in '97, which I need to get my hands on. That's one of the hip hop albums I never actually got my hands on because I had the opportunity to get that album, but it was so fucking expensive. So yeah, 5 Mike album. Then we got Ghetto Boys with We Can't Be Stopped. Excuse the condition on this album. You know what I'm saying? This album came out in 1991 on Rap-A-Lot. To many people, this was like their commercial breakthrough. Very controversial album too. You know what I'm saying? This is known for songs like My Mom Playing Tricks on Me, which I feel like that's like their most signature song. I'm Not a Gentleman, Quickie, Trophy. I love that record. If you guys look at the album cover, you know this was the infamous album cover that they did when Bushwick Bill shot himself in the eye, which caused him to lose his eye and stuff like that too. And they literally did this shit while he was in the hospital. Like Jay Prince was just like, this will be Jay Prince literally just said this would be a perfect way to do an album cover. I'm looking at myself like that's crazy as hell. And I've seen an interview with Bushwick Bill. He pretty much said that he was kind of offended by this. He didn't always like this album because the album cover, because it was just like, dude, I was going through this traumatizing shit, and now it's like his whole face is being shown and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Which I kind of feel like it definitely. I see what he's saying, but I do feel like this is definitely one of the most iconic images in hip hop history, and definitely because you know the Ghetto Boys, people want to say, oh, they were gangster rap and all that, which I'm not mad about that, but I feel like they were more horrorcore than gangster rap. But when I talk about horrorcore, I mean like the earlier stages of horrorcore, because them talking about like mental illness, especially in the black male, and then you know them talking about Chucky and everything like that too. Like the horrorcore I personally like is like from the late 80s to like maybe the early 2000s. Anything after maybe 03, 04 I was not really a big fan of like that. But this is definitely a 5 mic album. Alright, I got about 9 minutes. I'm gonna stretch it out to maybe 15 the max. No more than 15. Let me see if I can get this row done and shit like that. If not, then fuck it. One was a bill for the day. So then we got their 1993 album, Till Death Do Us Part. This is the album that they came when Willie D left the group because I think he wasn't really getting his right pay and everything like that too. And so he was replaced by fucking Big Mike. Very dope MC. You know what I'm saying? By the way, We Can't Be Trapped is a 5 mic album. A lot of people love to hate on this album. Talking about, Willie D is not here. I'm like, fuck that. This shit was just as good as We Can't Be Stopped and everything. Like, the production, the lyrics on this album, come on, man. Like, 6 Feet Deep. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of their signature songs and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? It uses the sample of the Commodore's Easy song. I'm gonna be real with you. I like that song, but over the years I got the point of that song, but that beat, I was not really a big fan of that beat. And I do love the Commodores. Don't get me wrong. Murder After Midnight. Ooh, straight gangsterism. Serial Killer. Oh my God. This Dick's For You. Cricket Officer, which, if I'm not mistaken, that was originally for some cats for Death Row, because Big Mike also used to write for Death Row back in the early days and shit like that too. So definitely a 4.5 out of 5. Fucking underrated album. Then we got Freddie Gibbs and Madlib with the fucking Bandana album. The best shit they both ever came out with. Crime Haze, love that record. Half Man, Half Cocaine, Fake Names, Situations, Giannis with Anderson .Paak. This album came out in 2019 and it's still fresh today. You know what I'm saying? And I like Freddie Gibbs, but I'm gonna be real, he always makes the best shit with Madlib, in my opinion. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time. Fucking 4.5 out of 5. Then we got Johnny Gill with the Provocative album from 1993. Very solid album from Johnny Gill. You know what I'm saying? This one definitely has some production from Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and everything. This was known for songs like When No Man Has Gone Before, Long Way From Home, Tell Me How You Want It. He kind of had, it was like New Jack Swing, but he was still trying to get in that contemporary sound for 1993. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 and everything. I would listen to this over Velvet DeVoe's Hootie Mac. That's all I'm gonna say. We got Genuine with The Bachelor with his first album and everything like that too. Classic album. You know what I'm saying? Some of Timbaland's illest productions on this record and shit. You know what I'm saying? Songs like Pony, Tell Me Do You Wanna, The World Is So Cold. He did a cover of Prince's When Doves Cry. Pretty solid cover in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You know, his first 2 albums, maybe my favorite albums from him and shit like that too. You know, I always fuck with Genuine though. Genuine always been a very dope singer and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Anytime Pony comes on to this day, I go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So five mics. Then we got Gnarls Barkley was Sent Elsewhere and everything like that too. This album came out 2006. Danger Mouse and CeeLo Green. Fucking dope album and everything. You can tell this was definitely influenced by like Mad Villainy. Songs like Crazy and shit. Sent Elsewhere, Smiley Faces, Who Cares? You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like this is a very, very, very dope album from '06. You know what I'm saying? So, must have in your collection. 4.5 out of 5. Alright. Speaking of CeeLo Green, we got their 1998 album Still Standing. This is the second album, in my opinion, their last great album, in my opinion. I only prefer their first two albums. Anything after this album, I was kind of with it. You know what I'm saying? This was known for songs like Black Ice, Beautiful Skin, Greeny Green. You know what I'm saying? The title track, very dope track and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely give this a 4.5 out of 5. Then we got Ariana Grande with her Positions album. This is the deluxe version of this album and stuff like that too. Very dope album and shit like that. She got a bit more raunchy over this one and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm not really mad about. This is known for songs like Motive, 630, Safety Net with Ty Dolla $ign. You know what I'm saying? I'll give this a 4 out of 5. Then we got the legendary Grand Poobah. With the Real to Real. This album came out in 1992. Classic album in my opinion. This album was known for shit like fucking 360, Check It Out with Mary J. Blige, Homie Don't Front, Lick Shot, Real to Real. Yo, this was not a bad track. It's like, I don't understand why this album did not get heat when it comes to best solo debuts in the hip hop history, man. Like, this whole album definitely was fire. It didn't even have like the brand Nubian sound. It definitely had a more organic kind of sound and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? 5 mic album. Then we got Al Green with Living For You, 1973. Fucking classic album. Very underrated if you ask me. Just known for songs like My God Is Real, Living For You, Let's Get Married, Sweet 16. I want to say this was one of the last albums he did before he got hit with them grits in the shower. If you know, you know. But yeah, fucking 4.5 out of 5. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna do these last couple of ones. I'm gonna see where I'm at after these last couple ones and shit. I got Vince Guaraldi Trio, the Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? This shit came out in 19. Oh wow, they said the soundtrack came out in 1988, but y'all know the special came out in the 60s and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I think 1965. That's when that special came out. And yeah, Charlie Brown Christmas. I mean, it's not a Christmas unless I watch that shit. I mean, Christmas time is here. I mean, that fucking Christmas carol just symbolizes how people think about Christmas time, like growing up and shit like that. And one thing I always liked about this special was that it never talked down to its audience and everything like that too, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this might be my favorite Peanut special, period. Definitely a 5 mic album and shit. Then we got Guns N' Roses with Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. This album came out in 1991 on the same day and everything like that too, you know. Highly anticipated album. Use Your Illusion 1 definitely was the more hard rock out of the two. This was known for songs like Right Next Door, To Hell, Dust and Bones, the title, The Live and Let Die, which is the cover of motherfucking Paul McCartney and Wings and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? The Garden, was fucking Alice Cooper and Shannon Noon. Shannon Noon of motherfucking Blind Melon. Rest in peace of Shannon Noon, by the way. As far as Use Your Illusion 2, this one was definitely the more progressive rock of out the two. Songs like Civil War, the cover of Bob Dylan's Knocking on Heaven's Door. Yesterday's Strange, You Could Be Mine. This is actually the last album they did with Izzy and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I give both of these 4 or 5 mics. I don't give a fuck with no one, so I fuck with the Use Your Illusion series. Then we got Guru with motherfucking Jazzmatazz Volume 1. This album came out 1993. This is his solo debut and the best of the Jazzmatazz, if you ask me. Songs like Loungin', When You're Near, Transit Ride, Down the Back Streets, in the back streets, oh my man, y'all don't fucking know about this album, B. Come on, man. Fucking respectful dedications. Trust Me. Even though I like the video, the remix of Trust Me, the video version, the album version is cool too. But the video version, oh my. Man, I'm just going back with these albums, man. 5 Mic album, classic album. Probably the best of the Jazzmatazz. Anything after this one I was kinda had mixed feelings about. I got about a couple more. I got Guy. The Future. Very, very, very dope album. 1990. This is known for songs like Tease Me Tonight, D.O.G. Me Out, Total Control, The Future. They did a cover of the Gap Band's Yearning for Your Love. They did this during a tumultuous time in their history because the manager, Gene Griffin, was fucking them over. Aaron Hall didn't really sing a lot on this. He sung, but he didn't really sing as much as the first album. And then Damian Hall came on board. Teddy Riley did most of the singing on this one too, and shit like that. Like, just thinking about this whole album is just a lot of shit they were going. That's why this whole sound was like more darker. Well, not like dark, but more mature compared to like the first album. Because the first album was this album that you play like when you about to go out partying, like the Groove Me Lady Tonight. This album, they definitely had more New Jack Swing, but they also had a mixture of quiet storm songs like Let's Chill, Let's Settle Down. Oh my man, don't get me started, man. Oh shit, don't fucking get me started with this shit. But this is actually my favorite album from them. I'm gonna give this 5 mics. A lot of 5 mics today. Shit, come on. All right. Then we got Jasmine Guy. Yes, Whitley. Fucking when she was a singer, she had a self-titled album and stuff like that too. Now, I remember when I did the review on this album and Tisha Campbell's album together and stuff like that too. Oh my god, that was like one of my favorite YouTube reviews I've ever done. I mostly got these for reviewing purposes, but I'm not gonna hold you. This album kind of grew on me a little bit. Just that full force production. I mean, yeah, Try Me, that was a song back in the day. I remember she actually performed Try Me on Soul Train too and stuff like that. I think ironically both Jasmine Guy and Tisha Campbell was on Soul Train promoting their shit. Tough Boy, More Love, Johnny Come Lately. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think this is the only album she came out with too. I'm gonna give this a 3 mics. I mean, I feel like the production really saved this album. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and this is when Full Force was on fire too. So then we got the GZA, the Genius, with his second album, Liquid Swords. A lot of people want to say, "Oh, this is his first album." No, motherfucker. His first album was when he was on motherfucking Cold Chillin'. You know what I'm saying? And he dropped the Words from the Genius. He was known as a genius. Then he dropped this album once the Wu-Tang was on fire and shit. And this is definitely a fire album. The album cover, the way how they did the track listing, It's like if you are living in the cold. It's like it's not in order, but the way he did it is like a fucking synopsis. The whole fucking album, which I feel like is very ahead of its time. Songs like "Living in This World Today," "Fourth Chamber," the title track, "When the MCs Came to Live Out the Name." Hey, still, oh come on, 5 mic. I mean, why am I even wasting my breath? This is a 5 mic album. Man. Don't fuck with me tonight, B. Then we got "Beneath the Surface," 1999. Very disappointing album. I think there was like 3, maybe 4 songs I liked from this album. First of all, too many fucking skits. The production was kind of and stuff like that. I mean, I liked Breaker Breaker. Crash Your Crew was pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of I don't remember. It's like whenever I listen to this album, I just don't really remember a lot from this album. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5, maybe 2.5. One of them shits, you know. Then we got Her with her compilation album. You know, well, not compilation. Technically, her first album. It was like her mixtapes. It's pretty much her mixtapes together and shit like that too. Mixtapes, EPs. Man, Her is one of my favorite artists today. I'm still waiting for that next album. Though. What the hell is she at, man? Come on, man. But yeah, man, she definitely did a thing with this one. This was known for songs like "Say It Again," "Best Part" with Daniel Caesar, fire album. "I Won't," "Still Down," and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, man. Technically, this is a compilation album. It's not really her first album. It's pretty much both the EPs, Volume 1 and Volume 2 together. But ironically, this did win Best R&B Album in the Grammys and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna definitely give this a 4.5 out of 5. Definitely dope. I need to get my hands on Back of My Mind. I need to get my hands on that one and shit like that too. But where the hell has she been at lately? I know she's doing more acting and stuff like that too, but I'm still waiting on the album, man. Then we got the infamous Aaron Hall with his first album, The Truth, the self-solo album, 1993. This album was okay. It wasn't really one of my... I mean, it was alright. The only gripe... I had a few gripes with this album. For one, Don't Be Afraid. I know Don't Be Afraid was on the Juice soundtrack, but the remixes on this song suck. I feel like he didn't need a remix. I Miss You. That was a classic R&B ballad. I'm kind of tired of Burnt Out from that song a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? The music videos. Let me tell you, if you want to cry, that music video is sad as fuck, man. I'm just gonna be real with you. Yeah, man. This album was solid. You know, I'll give this a 3.7 out of 5. It was pretty solid for its time. Then the last album to show y'all, I got Hall & Oates with their second album, Abandoned Luncheonette. This album came out in 1973. This was known for songs like She's Gone, When the Morning Comes, Lady Rain, Laughing Boy. You know what I'm saying? This was when they were more on that Blue Eyed Soul vibe. I'm gonna give this album a 4.5 out of 5. And then the last album I'm gonna show y'all for this episode is their 1988 album, Oh Yeah. Underrated album in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like this a bit more than Big Bang Boom from '84. I know a lot of people love that record. That was one with You're Out of Touch, and I think that was one with METHOD. That was a cool album. It was a bit new wave. It had some joints though, but it was a bit new wave for me. This one, they kind of had they were on Arista Records, and I was kind of worried though because you know Clive Davis. You know I like Clive, but sometimes you know he might want to overly sensationalize some shit. But Downtown Life, oh my god, that Downtown Life. The video was dope too. You know, every time I watch that video, Downtown Life, it reminds me of this Facts of Life episode, Cruising, when all them girls We're cruising down the street looking for guys and shit like that. I don't know. It just reminds me of that episode. Like Rockability, I'm in Pieces, Soul Love. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. I feel like it's a very underrated album. Alright. So that's all the album I'm gonna show y'all for today. I'm probably gonna drop another one once I drop a few more. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll probably finish up this shelf of CDs and I'm gonna jump into the vinyls and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But thank y'all so much for watching and I'll see y'all motherfuckers later. Peace.